The European arms industry, capabilities and challenges in achieving EU military independence. The European arms industry has long been a cornerstone of the continent's defense capabilities, with a rich history of innovation, production, and strategic importance. In recent years, however, the European Union, EU, has faced increasing pressure to reduce its reliance on arms imports, particularly from the United States, and to achieve greater military independence. This essay explores the current state of the European arms industry, its potential to replace arms imports from the US, and the challenges it must overcome to achieve EU military independence. Historical context and current landscape. The European arms industry has its roots in the early modern period, with countries like France, Germany, and the United Kingdom developing sophisticated military technologies. The two world wars further accelerated the development of the industry, as European nations sought to outproduce and out-innovate their adversaries. In the post-war period, the Cold War spurred continued investment in defense technologies, with European nations collaborating on various projects through organizations like NATO and the Western European Union. Now, before we move on, please help a small channel grow. Please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, good or bad, leave them below. Back to the story. Today, the European arms industry is a complex and diverse ecosystem, comprising both large multinational corporations and smaller specialized firms. Major players include Airbus, BAE Systems, Leonardo, Thales, and Rheinmetall, among others. These companies produce a wide range of military equipment, from fighter jets and naval vessels to small arms and cyber defense systems. The industry is supported by a network of research institutions, government agencies, and defense ministries, which provide funding, oversight, and strategic direction. The case for EU military independence. The push for EU military independence is driven by several factors. First, there is a growing recognition that reliance on external suppliers, particularly the United States, undermines the EU's strategic autonomy. The US has historically been the largest supplier of arms to Europe, providing everything from fighter jets to missile defense systems. While this relationship has been beneficial in many respects, it also leaves Europe vulnerable to shifts in US policy, changes in export controls, and potential disruptions in supply chains. Second, the geopolitical landscape is becoming increasingly uncertain, with rising tensions between major powers, the resurgence of great power competition, and the emergence of new security threats such as cyber warfare and hybrid conflicts. In this context, the EU needs to be able to act independently to protect its interests and ensure its security. This requires a robust and self-sufficient defense industrial base that can produce the necessary capabilities without relying on external suppliers. Third, there is a growing awareness of the economic and strategic benefits of developing a strong domestic arms industry. A vibrant defense sector can create high-skilled jobs, drive innovation, and contribute to economic growth. It can also enhance the EU's global influence by enabling it to export advanced military technologies to other countries. The European arms industry's capabilities. The European arms industry has made significant strides in recent years, demonstrating its ability to produce cutting-edge military technologies. One of the most notable achievements is the development of the Eurofighter Typhoon, a multi-role combat aircraft developed by a consortium of European companies including Airbus, BAE Systems, and Leonardo. The Typhoon is widely regarded as one of the most advanced fighter jets in the world, and it has been exported to several countries outside of Europe. Another example is the A400M Atlas, a military transport aircraft developed by Airbus. The A400M is designed to meet the needs of European armed forces for strategic and tactical airlift, and it has been adopted by several EU member states. The project represents a significant achievement in terms of European collaboration and industrial capability. In the naval domain, European companies have also made significant progress. France's naval group and Italy's Fincantieri are among the world's leading shipbuilders, producing advanced submarines, frigates, and aircraft carriers. The FREMM frigate, developed by both companies, is a state-of-the-art multi-mission warship that has been exported to several countries, including the United States. In the land domain, European firms like Rheinmetall and Nexter have developed advanced armored vehicles, artillery systems, and other ground-based capabilities. The Leopard 2 tank, produced by Germany's Krauss-Maffei-Wegmann, is one of the most widely used main battle tanks in the world, and it has been continuously upgraded to maintain its edge over competing systems. In the realm of missile technology, European companies like MBDA, a joint venture between Airbus, BAE Systems, and Leonardo, have developed a range of advanced missile systems, including the Meteor Beyond Visual Range Air-to-Air Missile and the Aster Surface-to-Air Missile. These systems are among the most advanced in the world and have been integrated into various European and export platforms. Challenges to achieving EU military independence. Despite these achievements, the European arms industry faces several challenges that must be addressed if it is to replace arms imports from the US and achieve EU military independence. 1. Fragmentation and lack of coordination. One of the most significant challenges is the fragmentation of the European defense market. The EU consists of 27 member states, each with its own defense policies, procurement processes, and industrial base. This fragmentation leads to duplication of effort, inefficiencies, and a lack of economies of scale. While there have been efforts to promote greater collaboration, such as the European Defence Fund, EDF, and the Permanent Structured Cooperation, PESCO, progress has been slow, and many projects remain national rather than European in scope. 2. Dependence on US technology. Despite the progress made by European companies, many EU member states still rely on US technology for critical capabilities. For example, the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, produced by Lockheed Martin, has been adopted by several European countries, including the UK, Italy, and the Netherlands. While the F-35 is a highly capable platform, its adoption underscores the continued dependence on US technology and the challenges of developing equivalent European systems. 3. Funding and investment. Developing advanced military technologies requires significant investment, both in terms of research and development, R&D, and production. European defense budgets have historically been lower than those of the United States, and while there has been an increase in defense spending in recent years, it remains insufficient to fully support the development of a self-sufficient European defense industrial base. Moreover, the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic has put additional pressure on public finances, potentially limiting the resources available for defense investment. 4. Export controls and regulatory barriers. The European arms industry is subject to a complex web of export controls and regulatory barriers, both at the national and EU level. These controls are designed to prevent the proliferation of military technologies to undesirable actors, but they can also hinder the ability of European companies to compete in the global market. Additionally, differing national regulations can create obstacles to cross-border collaboration and the development of truly European defense capabilities. 5. Technological gaps. While European companies have made significant progress in certain areas, there are still technological gaps that need to be addressed. For example, Europe lags behind the United States in areas such as stealth technology, unmanned systems, and space-based capabilities. Closing these gaps will require sustained investment and collaboration across the EU. 6. Political will and strategic vision. Achieving EU military independence requires not only industrial capability but also political will and a clear strategic vision. While there is broad recognition of the need for greater European autonomy, there are differing views among member states on how to achieve this. Some countries are more inclined to maintain close ties with the United States, while others advocate for a more independent European defense policy. Bridging these differences and building a consensus on the way forward will be essential for the success of any initiative aimed at achieving EU military independence. The role of European defence cooperation initiatives. In recent years, the EU has launched several initiatives aimed at strengthening European defence cooperation and reducing reliance on external supplies. These initiatives include the European Defence Fund, EDF, the Permanent Structured Cooperation, PESCO, and the Coordinated Annual Review on Defence, CARD. While these initiatives represent important steps forward, their impact has been limited by the challenges outlined above. The European Defence Fund, for example, is designed to support collaborative defence research and development projects, with a budget of €8 billion for the period 2021 to 2027. While this funding is significant, it is still relatively modest compared to the scale of investment required to achieve EU military independence. Moreover, the EDF is focused on R&D rather than production, meaning that additional funding will be needed to bring new technologies to market. PESCO, on the other hand, is aimed at deepening defence cooperation among EU member states, with a focus on capability development and operational readiness. While PESCO has the potential to enhance European defence capabilities, progress has been slow, and many projects remain in the early stages of development. Additionally, the voluntary nature of PESCO means that not all member states are equally committed to its objectives. The Coordinated Annual Review on Defence, CARD, is designed to improve the coherence and efficiency of European defence spending by identifying gaps and opportunities for collaboration. While CARD has the potential to enhance the effectiveness of European defence investment, its impact will depend on the willingness of member states to align their defence policies and priorities. The path forward: achieving EU military independence. Achieving EU military independence will require a concerted and sustained effort across multiple fronts. The following steps could help to address the challenges outlined above and move Europe closer to its goal of self-sufficiency in defence. 1. Increased defence spending. EU member states must commit to increasing their defence budgets to levels that are sufficient to support the development of a self-sufficient defence industrial base. This will require not only higher levels of spending but also more efficient allocation of resources, with a focus on collaborative projects and the development of key capabilities. 2. Greater collaboration and integration. The fragmentation of the European defence market must be addressed through greater collaboration and integration. This could involve the creation of a single European defence market, with harmonised regulations and procurement processes. It could also involve the establishment of joint ventures and consortia to develop and produce key capabilities. 3. Investment in R&D and innovation. Closing the technological gaps between Europe and the United States will require sustained investment in R&D and innovation. This could involve the creation of a European Defence Research Agency, similar to the US Defence Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, to fund and coordinate cutting-edge research projects. 4. Streamlining export controls. The EU should work to streamline its export controls and regulatory barriers, making it easier for European companies to compete in the global market. This could involve the creation of a single European export control regime, with clear and consistent rules for the export of military technologies. 5. Strengthening European defence cooperation initiatives. The EU should strengthen its existing defence cooperation initiatives, such as the EDF, PESCO, and CARD, by increasing funding, expanding their scope, and ensuring that they are aligned with the goal of achieving EU military independence. This could involve the creation of a European Defence Union, with a common defence policy and integrated armed forces. 6. Building political will and strategic vision. Achieving EU military independence will require strong political will and a clear strategic vision. This will involve building a consensus among member states on the importance of European autonomy and the steps needed to achieve it. It will also involve engaging with key stakeholders, including industry, academia, and civil society, to build support for the initiative. Conclusion: the European arms industry has made significant progress in recent years, demonstrating its ability to produce advanced military technologies and reduce reliance on external suppliers. However, achieving EU military independence will require addressing several challenges, including fragmentation, dependence on US technology, funding constraints, and regulatory barriers. By increasing defense spending, promoting greater collaboration, investing in R&D, streamlining export controls, strengthening defense cooperation initiatives, and building political will, the EU can move closer to its goal of self-sufficiency in defense. While the path forward will not be easy, the stakes are high, and the potential benefits, both in terms of security and economic growth, are significant. With the right policies and investments, the European arms industry has the potential to replace arms imports from the US and achieve EU military independence. Please like and subscribe.